watched a child completely absorbed in play at a sensory table? It's fascinating how something as simple as scooping rice or squeezing water beads can actually be building vital skills for their future.
Absolutely. You know, what appears to be simply playing with sand or beans is actually a complex developmental task. When children immerse their hands in these materials, they're strengthening the very muscles they'll use for writing, cutting, and other important classroom skills.
That's so interesting. I've noticed kids can spend hours at sensory tables without realizing they're actually practicing important skills. What kinds of materials would you recommend for a really effective sensory table?
Well, there's such a wonderful variety. Some of my favorites are rice and beans. They're perfect for pouring and scooping activities. Then there's kinetic sand, which provides just the right amount of resistance for building hand strength. And water beads are fantastic for developing grip strength because kids have to use precise finger pressure to hold them.
Right, right. And I imagine you need different tools to really maximize the benefits?
Oh, definitely. Things like tweezers, tongs, scoops, funnels, and measuring cups are vital. These tools create what we call resistance training for those little hand muscles. You know, it's kind of like a tiny gym workout for their fingers.
That makes so much sense. But I have to ask. One concern I hear a lot from teachers and parents is about the mess. Are sensory tables just asking for chaos in the classroom?
You know what? That's a totally valid concern, but establishing proper boundaries and expectations is key. Utilizing plastic tablecloths underneath, posting clear rules, and keeping cleaning supplies nearby makes a huge difference. Plus, teaching kids to clean up independently becomes another valuable learning opportunity.
That's a great point. We'll come back to that in just a moment. But first, a quick word from our sponsor.
Little People's Cove was established for professionals dedicated to crafting environments for children. Our selected catalog includes commercial grade furniture and toys designed to withstand heavy use while adhering to the highest safety standards. We collaborate with child development specialists to guarantee each product aids in motor skills, STEM learning, and imaginative play. Visit littlepeoplescove.com to provide kids with a space created specifically for them.
And we're back. You were talking about classroom management with sensory tables. What other tips do you have for teachers?
Hmm. Well, one key strategy is rotating materials weekly to maintain interest while targeting specific skills. And you know what's really cool? You can connect sensory activities directly to your curriculum. Like if you're studying ocean life, you might create an ocean-themed sensory table with blue water beads and sea creatures.
I love that idea of curriculum connection. Do you find that helps with academic skills too?
Oh my goodness, yes. For example, you can hide magnetic letters in the sensory materials for literacy practice, or use measuring cups and scales for math concepts. The research actually shows that children with well-developed fine motor skills, which they're building through sensory play, tend to perform better in reading and mathematics in the early grades.
That's fascinating. What would you say to someone who's just starting to set up their first sensory table?
Start simple. Maybe begin with rice or pom-poms as your base material. Add a few basic tools like scoops and containers, and then gradually build your collection. The most important thing is to make sure all materials are age-appropriate and safe. For instance, water beads aren't suitable for children who might still put things in their mouths.
Safety first, absolutely. And speaking of materials, do you have any creative suggestions that might surprise people?
You know what's really fun? Shredded paper. It's great for developing bilateral coordination, using both hands together. And chickpeas are amazing because they provide just the right amount of weighted resistance for building hand strength. Even something as simple as colored pasta can create engaging activities for threading and pattern making.
These are all such practical ideas. Before we wrap up, what's the one thing you wish more people understood about sensory tables?
What appears to be simple play is actually advanced learning and process. Each scoop, pour, and pinch is developing significant abilities needed for children to succeed academically and in life. It's truly remarkable how nature has designed children to build fundamental skills through play.
This has been incredibly informative. For our listeners who want to learn more about creating effective sensory experiences in their classrooms, where should they go?
I definitely recommend visiting littlepeoplescove.com. They have an amazing selection of sensory tables and materials specifically designed for educational settings, plus lots of great resources for teachers and caregivers.